Okay, guys, here we have a battle with my sister. She's only 9, so don't shout at her for doing anything not very good. Okay, so she leads with the Breloom and I lead with my Espeon, and I Calm Mind to get the special attack and special defense boost. But after the Sky Uppercut, which does more than I thought, I think, right, I'm going to need to sub because I've got no time to do another Calm Mind. But they break, and yeah, down goes the sub. So that was a bad move, so I switched into my Latias, and they have the hidden power, and I wasn't sure which hidden power it was, but it was super effective, so I'm guessing it might be Dragon, might be Dark, might be Ice. So I used a Psychic just to get down the Breloom. Okay, she sends out her Dark Cry, because I said she could have one Uber, and I go back into Espeon. And just for Death Fodder and Espeon Faints. So I switch back into Latias, and we both do a dud move. So she nasty plots, which is what I was hoping wouldn't happen, and I go for the Thunderbolt, which should have done more than it actually did. So they go for another nasty plot, which is really nasty, and I go for another Thunderbolt, which does less than last time. Then she uses the Dark Pulse, which was what I was hoping she wouldn't do, and it knocks me out. Okay, so the down goes Latias. I go into my Snorlax, which I've trained since it was a Munchlax, and yeah, now you go for the Dark Pulse, and it nearly knocks me out, but I can go for the Shadow Ball, and down doesn't go down because I forgot it's part dark. Okay, I have leftovers, which helps. They go for another nasty plot, which I think was the reason they went down, and I go for the Crunch, and the Darkrai faints. So I get some more help from the leftovers, and she sends out a Flareon, which uses a Lava Plume, and they get off the burn. I go for a Giga Impact, which I was hoping would knock it out, but it doesn't quite. It does half, which is reasonable, and I get leftovers help, but I burn. And because they're faster, because Snorlax is slow, they go off the Flamethrower, and Snorlax faints. So I go into Hariyama, who I think is the reason I won this match. I go for the Frustration, because I thought Hariyama didn't like me very much, but it actually surprisingly does. And I go for the Focus Punch, hoping that she'd go for Hydro Pump and miss, and she does, and I get the Focus Punch off, which is absolute pure luck on my part. And I get to beat the Empoleon, so I was very, very, very happy. Okay, so she sends out her Flygon, who knows Fly, which I thought was a bit weird, but, you know, it helped her, but I thought I could go for a Focus Punch, which I should have done before, but I don't get it off, and Hariyama feels the pain from Fly, but because I can't move, I couldn't use Focus Punch, and she goes for the Sandstorm, but I go for the Reversal, because I know that I've got, I don't know, I just went for Reversal. She goes for the Dragon Claw, which did a lot more than I thought it would, and I go for the Close Combat, because I've got no other moves that I can really use that will do much. And I get the defense and special defense full, but I get to beat the Flygon, which was the main thing, because I've only got 29 HP. I'd nearly die, but I live on 3, so I was so happy. And she goes for the Attract. I was like, no. But I go for the Reversal because I know I've only got 3 HP, and then the Delcatty can faint. So it was quite unfortunate for her, because the Delcatty could have done a lot more, but I faint due to the Sandstorm. So I go into Fortress, which you don't usually see mid-game, you usually see it at the beginning. I forgot about Flareon, and the Lava Plume knocks me out, and I had so much for Fortress, it could have done just so much, and yeah, but I go into my for Alligator and use Aqua Tail just to finish off the Flareon and win the match. So, good game, Priya. I was very impressed. And I hope you can have some more. Bye.